Vicky Myers of Coronation Street explains why her role felt fated as she hints at developments in Underworld. Coronation Street actress Vicky Myers has opened up about why landing her part on the iconic soap felt like fate, while also dropping hints about what's ahead for her character, DS Lisa Swain. The performer recently celebrated a full year as a permanent fixture on the Weatherfield set and 4 years since her debut appearance as the no-nonsense detective sergeant on the ITV drama. Vicky, who previously had a pair of small roles on Corrie before landing her ongoing part, shared in a fresh interview that Lisa was originally introduced without a first name, simply as DS Swain, when she was involved in the investigation into the attacks on Nina Lucas and Seb Franklin, an incident that ultimately claimed Seb's life. However, Lisa made several returns for other major storylines, including the dramatic chase for murderer Stephen Reed. Still, it wasn't until March last year that she officially became a staple in the series. Her promotion to a regular came as DS Swain was thrown into the gripping case involving Joel Deering and the disappearance of Lauren Bolton. Audiences began to learn more about Lisa's past, including the tragic loss of her wife, Becky, who died in the line of duty, and the arrival of her daughter, Betsy, in Weatherfield. In a new chat, Vicky revealed it may have always been her destiny to join the soap. The Stockport native told Inside Soap, "I've been a Corrie lover forever, and actually started out as a background extra years ago." She added, "I was raised in a pub, and the locals used to joke that my mum and dad were the real-life Bet and Alec Gilroy. My dad was short and wore glasses, and my mum had that glam look, loved her leopard print, and always had a cigarette holder in hand. Honestly, I've always felt like Coronation Street and I were meant to cross paths." Vicky also gave fans a little peek into what's happening off-screen. "The last scene I shot was in Underworld. Lisa seemed really cheerful, and let's just say there was some paint involved, though you'll need to tune in to see what that's all about." Most importantly, viewers were thrilled to hear her talk about her strong connection with her co-stars Sydney Martin and Alison King, who portray her on-screen daughter Betsy and love interest Carla Connor, respectively. She shared, "Sydney, Ali, and I have a real bond that feels like family. We're close off camera too and always enjoy catching up during breaks while filming scenes in the flat. It's lovely to build genuine friendships, not just on-screen chemistry." It's heartbreaking. Coronation Street stars react to Daniel Brocklebank's departure after 11 years. The close-knit cast of Coronation Street is reeling from the news that longtime star Daniel Brocklebank, who has portrayed the beloved vicar Billy Mayhew for over a decade, will be leaving the iconic ITV soap. Two of Daniel's closest co-stars, Harriet Bibby and Gareth Pierce, have spoken out exclusively to The Mirror, revealing their deep sadness and emotional reactions to his upcoming exit, which they describe as a huge loss for the show and their lives. A shocking exit that wasn't his choice. Daniel's departure, slated for 2026, is said to be driven by a storyline crafted by the show's writers and producers. According to sources close to the show, it was not Daniel's decision to step away from the role he's inhabited since 2014. For fans who have grown to love Billy's compassionate, thoughtful presence on the Cobbles, the news comes as a surprise. And for the cast, it's an emotional blow. Billy Mayhew has long been a pillar of the Weatherfield community. From officiating weddings to offering guidance during dark times, Billy has become much more than a soap character. He's a symbol of kindness, strength, and resilience. Daniel's portrayal of the openly gay vicar broke ground and inspired viewers, and his on-screen relationships, particularly with Todd Grimshaw and his adoptive daughter Summer, have been fan favorites. "I'm gutted. He's more than a co-star." At the 2025 British Soap Awards, Harriet Bibby, who plays Billy's on-screen daughter Summer Spellman, became visibly emotional when asked about Daniel's exit. Struggling to find the right words, she admitted she hadn't fully processed the news yet. "I honestly can't even talk about it properly yet," Harriet said, holding back tears. "I'm absolutely gutted. Not just because I'm going to lose a colleague, but because I'm losing someone who feels like family." Harriet went on to express her fears about how the departure will affect the storyline, especially since Billy has been a parental figure to Summer since she was a teenager. With Billy leaving, she speculated the focus might shift more towards Summer's relationship with Todd. From a character point of view, I imagine we'll start to see a closer bond forming between Summer and Todd. He'll be the only parental figure she has left. But outside the show, it's going to be really hard not having Dan around. He's one of the people who made work feel like home. Despite the tough goodbye ahead, Harriet assured fans that her bond with Daniel will continue beyond Coronation Street. We're really close in real life. I love Dan to bits. We've become so interwoven in each other's lives that I know whatever happens in our careers, we'll still be part of each other's worlds. That's the beauty of friendships formed in this kind of environment. They run deep. Losing Dan feels personal. Gareth Pierce, who stepped into the role of Todd Grimshaw in 2020, also opened up about the news, sharing how much he has valued working alongside Daniel. The two actors built a strong rapport quickly, both on screen and off. When I heard the news, I felt genuinely low. It's really sad, Gareth confessed. Dan has been such an important part of my journey here. When I joined the show as the new Todd, he welcomed me with open arms. There was mutual respect from the start, and that made our scenes feel incredibly natural. He added, "It's not often you get that kind of chemistry and trust straight away. We just clicked. It made stepping into such a big role so much easier for me." Gareth also praised Daniel's professionalism and warm spirit, describing him as one of those people who elevates everyone around him. Daniel's statement, a farewell to remember. Last month, Daniel confirmed his departure in a heartfelt statement shared with The Mirror. Reflecting on his time on the show, he expressed deep gratitude for the opportunity and for the people he's worked alongside. "I've spent a quarter of my life working on Coronation Street," he wrote. "Every moment has been a gift. I've never once dreaded going into work. I love the people, the stories, the characters, and the history that comes with being part of this show. While it's incredibly sad to be leaving, I'm equally excited to see what new adventures lie ahead." Daniel's portrayal of Billy Mayhew has not only earned critical acclaim but also touched countless lives. His character's storylines have tackled major issues, from addiction and grief to faith, love, and loss, making Billy one of the show's most layered and impactful characters in recent years. What's next for Billy and the show? While the precise details of Billy's exit remain a closely guarded secret, it's been confirmed that his departure will be tied to a major socially relevant storyline set to air in 2026. Producers are staying tight-lipped, but they've promised a powerful emotional arc that will do justice to both the character and the actor's contribution. Fans are bracing themselves for a tough goodbye, but they can rest assured Billy Mayhew will leave Weatherfield in a storyline worthy of his legacy. Final curtain, Endless Legacy. As one chapter ends for Daniel Brocklebank, his legacy as Billy Mayhew will live on. His castmates' outpouring of love shows just how deeply he'll be missed, not just for his acting, but for the heart he brought to the Cobbles every day for over a decade. Coronation Street continues to air on ITV1 and ITVX every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m.